Okay, welcome to Brush and Roll. Today I want to just do a quick tutorial on 5 of our favorite brushes. Here we have the silver tip. This is more of a 1 to 2 time use brush. We have the 2-inch brush here, but they go all the way up to 3. And it's an angled sash with a thicker handle. It's a fairly firm brush, but the problem with these brushes, the only critique I would have is sometimes the stock, if you're trying to keep it long term, will rust out, especially when you're using this brush for latex purposes. It seems like when it gets wet, maybe 2 or 3 times, rust starts to come down. And like I said, it's a lower price range brush. So if you're not really too concerned about getting a lot of life out of a brush, this is a good brush for a few uses. These Worcester Alphas, these are great crossover brushes. Again, they have a straight sash and an angle. These are angled sash. The thicker handle is what we prefer to use just because it feels comfortable in your hand as you're holding it. But this is a great crossover brush, latex, oil base, a little bit of a medium to stiff bristle, and it holds a lot of paint. If we're outside or inside, we're usually using these. On some of the finer things, maybe you're doing some cabinet frames or some trim and you don't want to have a ton of fan width on the brush, we'll go into a 2-inch brush. This brush right here, the Worcester Ultra Pro Extra Firm, this gives you great cut lines. We tend to cut our ceilings by hand and then cut the wall into our door casings and window casings. And this is a great brush. It gives you nice straight lines, holds a lot of paint. This is going to be a little more money than the Worcester Alphas, but a great brush. And then lastly, for oil, we lay a lot of oil still. We're using a lot of satin and Pervo, a lot of Pro Classic, and here in Michigan, we're still using a lot of that. So the Chinax, the Corona brushes are great. They'll clean up real nice with paint thinner. We sometimes even leave them soaking overnight in a can of thinner and pull them out, and the stock isn't all flared out. They hold a lot of paint, and if you thin your oil right, this can give you almost a look of a sprayed piece of trim or woodwork. So this is a great brush for oil. So that wraps it up. But if you're getting into a brush, I would say my number 1 tip is to have something that, especially when you're cutting in the ceilings painted, you're cutting in your walls, you want something with more of a firm, harder bristle to give you a nice straight line. Some people really like a flexible, soft, purdy, and for us on our crew, we stay away from those because it's harder. It takes more time, it seems, to really get a straight line. So, all right, thanks for watching today. Any comments you can post below, and we'll try to answer them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.